Hi, my name is Mark Rondo. I'm the Executive Director of the Berkshire Food Project. I'm here for the first episode of our new program called Food and Friends. The plan is for it to have film it once a month and to talk to different types of guests and different content having to do with food insecurity, social services, and life here in the Northern Berkshires. The Berkshire Food Project is a meals program open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, also Thursdays now, Monday and Wednesday through Friday, for indoor dining from 11:30 to 1 p.m. All are welcome. There's no cost and no questions asked. Tuesdays are dedicated to meal prep. Takeout meals are available starting at 12:30 p.m. on service days. We are located in the Assembly Hall of the First Congregational Church of North Adams, 134 Main Street. Our phone number is 413-664-7378. That's 413-664-7378. The Berkshire Food Project seeks to alleviate hunger, food insecurity, and social isolation by serving healthy, no-cost meals and connecting people to other resources, all in a dignified and respectful manner. The Food Project was founded by a group of Williams College students along with others in 1987. We are a member of the Food Bank of Western Massachusetts and a member agency of the Northern Berkshire United Way. Our financial support comes from those sources, but also from individuals and from various granting agencies, from the federal government to the Berkshire-Chicana Community Foundation to the Feigenbaum Foundation and others. In addition to meals, we give away donated grocery items that we pick up at local stores, retail stores. That's a program that's been set up through the food bank. We welcome other social service agencies to have a presence during dining and to be available to our guests. In 2022, we distributed close to 100,000 meals to people in our community. Only in January did we fully move from a COVID protocol where people were getting to-go meals and groceries and filing through the Assembly Hall but not sitting down. But we were happy to have a Thanksgiving and then a Christmas meals which were very well attended, and in the middle of January we moved to having meals indoors, which has been really great. We have a website, berkshirefoodproject.org. We also are on Facebook and Instagram. And we have a new email newsletter, and I'm really trying to build up the subscription base for that. And if you want to get on our mailing list for the newsletter, please email director@berkshirefoodproject.org. That's director@berkshirefoodproject.org. Anyone, regardless of income, can come and have a meal. We encourage people from different walks of life to participate, and we accept free will donations from those who are able to give them. It's really a rewarding thing to get to know the people who come, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoy getting a meal myself and sitting down with our guests. Just a little bit about me. I'm from North Adams originally. I've lived other areas, and I had a career in newspapers, but 10 years ago I got involved with the Friendship Center Food Pantry on Eagle Street here in North Adams, and I really got into helping with food insecurity. And after about 10 years with them, I actually applied for an actual job in food insecurity, and I've been the executive director of the Berkshire Food Project since September of 2021. At the Food Project, we've really had some turnover in staff, and we've got some fantastic people there, both volunteers and staff. One of probably our top new person we have, and he's our new kitchen manager, Rich Wilson. He has extensive experience, and he's really community oriented, and he has a varied background. So now I'm going to introduce our kitchen manager, Rich Wilson. Hey, Rich.
Hi, how is everyone? Hi, Mark.
Hi. So Rich, I told you ahead of time, I had a few questions, but you have a very interesting background. Can you tell us about your background and some of your training in the culinary field?
Yeah, so sure. As I was a military guy, I got out of the military. I backed into the restaurant business just by accident, and it was a incredible experience at the time. I was a young guy, and I just fell in love with it. I always had a passion for food. I would always go to Graham's house after school, and she always had something on the stove. So it was great to taste and to learn different types of foods. Like I said, I backed into the restaurant business, and as I did, I knew that I wanted to pursue it as a career. So I went to culinary school in Connecticut, New England Tech, graduated there, and then I jumped on the road for about 10 years, just honing my craft as a chef, learning everything I could about food. Just incredible experiences all around the country, from the deep south all the way up to Maine. So I've been cooking for over 20 years. I've made it into a career. It just wasn't a passion of mine. It still is a passion of mine, but I've made it into a career. I think about food, I talk about food, and it's just something that I enjoy, and I like doing it, and it really drives me. It really does.
Now you've had you've worked at different places around here, both in management and in actual hands-on cooking. And
Sure.
And where have you worked in the area?
So locally, I do a couple of days up at the Trail House. I go up there and I work. I know Colleen very well. She's great. I've been with Wabika Golf Course now for 5 or 6 years, on and off. I usually run their food program there. I did some healthcare in the area. I worked for Berkshire Health Systems for a couple of years, and I also worked for Bain Care. So I'm pretty well-rounded. I actually did a couple of years up at Sweetwood, so I'm very well-rounded in the business. I think I've seen a lot and I've learned a lot, different avenues of the business.
Okay. So why did you choose the food project? I mean, you could be making more money with a full-time job and not need to do some of these part-time, things you do. I'm sure you enjoy them and they're good places, but what do you like about the food project? Why were you attracted to work with us?
Yeah, again, that was something that it's just, it's so rewarding at the end of the day. I did come down to volunteer during the holidays, and I met some of the folks there, and I just thought it was a great place, great people. I'm at that point in my career where it's just all about giving back, and it's just not about the I've had the accolades and the write-ups in the papers and all that, and that's I mean, that was great at the time, but it's not the most important thing when your passion is food. Like I said, I find it so rewarding to know that I've helped people every day, and again, that drives me also to know that that's benevolent to me. It really is. It's just something that I feel passionate about, and I could be working somewhere making a ton of money, but again, my daughter's in the area, so I like to stay local, and I love the local folks here, and whatever I can do to help is what really drives me these days.
Yeah. Well, you really made a huge difference. Rich has really made a huge difference. You really made a huge difference at the food project, and every day, including today, with the barbecue chicken, I hear compliments, and I'm always eager to eat. When I have the time to eat yourself what you cook. And
I think that's a good part too, Mark. Is that with all the different donations we get, it could be anything from a box of broccoli this morning to carrots tomorrow. Yeah. So as a chef, I think I bring that background where, I know how to produce all kinds of different types of food, and I think I bring that knowledge to the crew and to the volunteers, and I think that guides. I think I'm a pretty good guide and a pretty good leader along those fronts on how to get to the end product.
Right. Yeah. Now you work very well with our staff. Now we have a staff of me, you. We have 2 kitchen assistants, and we have an administrative person who basically helps me with the paperwork. And also volunteers. Like I said earlier, we rely heavily on volunteers. And Rich, you have a good way with the volunteers. And what are your impressions of the food project generally? What do you like about it?
Yeah. So again, that goes back to the passion, and at the end of the day, feeling rewarded. Our volunteers that come are just amazing. They really are. The folks to give any kind of time. Sometimes I feel it's a lost art. A lot of folks don't do it as much as they should, or feel as good as they should. They know that they could at the end of the day. Our volunteers and our staff are just wonderful, and I enjoy working with them. I give them their autonomy to do their job. It's not always about me or a certain type of menu. They bring, obviously, if they're there, they bring some cooking experience, and they know how to get to the end product most of the time. there are certain techniques you have to follow in the culinary field, and I like to teach those. But our volunteers have done an amazing job there, and I've only been there, several months now, but I don't know where we would be without them. And I stress anyone, I tell my friends and other chefs and folks in the business to please come down and see what we do, and to see how rewarding it is at the end of the day, just to see folks walk in with a smile at the end. Again, the barbecue chicken was a big hit today, but we've had a lot of big hits in the past few weeks, and I think folks are really enjoying it, and they do appreciate it.
Well, certainly, and I know that we got that broccoli in today, and you cooked it right up.
Yeah, just a quick blanch, a little salt, pepper, garlic. I think folks really seem to enjoy it. Sometimes with veggies, you have to be kind of sometimes delicate. Sometimes you can be a little bit more aggressive with them. But again, broccoli, it's just a quick blanch, some garlic, some salt and pepper. And folks actually ate it today, which, a lot of folks think broccoli's a vile weed and they would never eat it, but we actually had some folks that really tried it today and they really seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, we get a varied amount of vegetables from the food bank, and I pick up one of the jobs I have is to pick up. We pick up from Walmart 3 times a week, things which they can't sell or things that are about to expire. And also I pick up at Stop and Shop and Big Y on Monday morning. So we will get a variety of things to make salads, and I guess we made a salad today, right?
Sure. Yeah, we got some beautiful greens from Fullwell Farms. So there's a shout out to them. They have some of the most amazing products, and those girls over there are doing a phenomenal job. They are just some of those bags of greens they send to us or bring to us. They could be getting big bucks for in the city or anywhere, and that's a shout out to them for bringing them over as a donation. And also, I'd like to give a shout out to Berkshire Grown. They are doing an incredible job. Morgan Ovitsky, if you know everyone, I'm sure Morgan's well known in this area. She's doing an incredible job securing some grants, securing some food. We're getting some great local beef, some local chicken. Again, the veggies are always top notch. So it makes my job easier when we are getting nice products like that. So to get to the end product makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me of all the stuff we get from locally grown, and maybe by next episode I'm going to have a comprehensive list of that for make sure we don't leave anybody out. But I know we're going to be talking to Cricket Creek Farm, and that's through Berkshire Bounty also, and I believe we also have gotten stuff from Many Forks and some of the other farms. So
right. I'll be out at Cricket Creek on Thursday. I'm going to meet Anna out there. We're going to go through some of her cheeses, do some tasting, see what fits our applications for the summer, see what they have available. Again, that was set up, like you said, through Berkshire Grown. Fullwell Farm we reached out to. Those girls are doing great. Everyone that is local and that donates, Jerry's Eggs coming down, just everyone that stops by and brings us products there are just absolutely top notch and fresh, and so we're not using anything that's 4 or 5 days old. These are coming right fresh from the farm day of.
Right.
They pick and they bring, and another shout out to Jen Munoz who will start doing all our beds. So we'll be having all fresh herbs this summer. We'll have some beds at the First Congregational Church. We'll have herb beds, and then she has her students that she works with. They have beds throughout North Adams, so they'll be supplementing some things like that, sending us herbs and greens and whatever they're growing. So we'll be happy to take them, and we'll be happy to use them. And I think those the folks that come to eat will see a big difference in the way food tastes that's made fresh every day.
Yeah, that's great. Jen is a real warrior for food security. She is. Back when I was getting into the food security, volunteering back 12 years ago, she was just as involved as she is now. So and that shows, Rich, that you really jumped into working with the community, and that's one thing I wanted for you to do when we hired you, is to get to know these people so that it doesn't have to come through me first, that they call you.
Right.
and that's more and more. You know, you're working with Jen Munoz, and you're going to be having some elementary school kids come through, right?
Yes, the kids, they're going to be coming down in May. We're going to give them a tour. We'll probably do a quick little cook demo with them, maybe make them some mac and cheese, or maybe we'll come up with a small little chicken dish or something. But yeah, Jen has been awesome. I went on a little tour of the beds throughout North Adams last week. We are forging some great community partnerships, and to be involved in the community, I find it super rewarding. And I've met some of the greatest people in this area that are doing great things food-wise, student-wise. You know, we need to shout out to MCLA and Williams College for their volunteers also. But all our local volunteers are, like I said, they're top notch. And when we do get all the fresh ingredients and fresh vegetables in, even they say, wow, this is really nice stuff. So.
Yeah, that's one thing I've said since I've been involved with the community here, is we're really a big-hearted area here. We're very generous people, and who will volunteer, who will give. You know, if they have a garden, they'll bring the stuff down. If they have, you know, when it's time to raise some money, they're happy to give, and it makes me proud to be from here. And you know, both the people, you know, new people, the newcomers are the same as the old timers. I find that there's just a spirit here. It's something about this community in northern Berkshire makes people want to give and get involved. And it's great to see you. You know, you're bringing in more and more people, and that's good that we're doing that.
Yeah, I think you know, as folks come and you know, as the word spreads, that we're really doing some nice food there. It's not anything goofy. We're really doing some really nice food, fresh food, not you know, out of the box. You know, a lot of folks eat out of the box. Hey, maybe that's what you can do, what you can't do. But if you can start some beds or any kind of fresh vegetables at your house, I'm sure you'll see a great difference. We see a great difference. Also, we should mention, I think you did Big Y, Walmart, Stop and Shop. They do bring a lot of different products to the food project also. So those folks have been great. So we get box and box of things with them. And again, I think that's where my knowledge as a chef comes in. It could be anything in those boxes any day. So to bring it to fruition and to get to the end product, and for the volunteers to see how to do it, I'm sure they're going home and trying different things. So I feel it's great. And like you said, folks in this area, they really are big-hearted. And food insecurity it's a pretty big problem in this area. I did my senior project on that when I graduated MCLA. You know, just a couple of quick stats. Almost 40% of college students are food insecure.
Yep.
So we are forging some relationships with Spencer Moser up at MCLA, and a lot of our board members work up at Williams, and they send us volunteers. So, you know, maybe folks should stop and think about that for a sec and just figure out, maybe I can go down and volunteer for an hour or two a day, and you know, that would help some more of the local community.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of surprised that you know, that people will give, but they've never actually come to the project. And I know some people, I won't say who they were, who recently came to the project to eat, and they hadn't been there. They've heard of it, but they haven't been there. I would encourage people to come down, see what we're about, have a meal. Another thing I should mention with the donations we get from, we do give out some pantry items, but we're not a pantry, we're a meal site. And sometimes, I think that distinction got a little blurred during COVID because we were making meals to go, everything was to go. And our friends down at the Friendship Center on Wednesdays from 10 to 2, what is it? 10 to 2 are giving out just groceries. We give out some stuff, but we don't. We concentrate on the meals, and we're concentrating on trying to get people to come in, sit down, get to know people, and enjoy the meals. And I'll tell you, you won't go wrong coming in any day of the week with. We start getting calls, and people want to know what we're gonna have, and I understand that. But any time you come down, it's good.
Yeah, and I think that's true. The social aspect of it, like the COVID years, those were pretty tough. A lot of folks were isolated, and it's now that we saw even today, more and more folks are getting out. They're sitting, they're having lunch, they're having some quality time with some of their friends, and I find that to be very important. Social aspect is important, and we do offer a lot of services there too.
Yep.
That's probably something you could speak to a little bit more. But we have some relationships with Beef Fair. We do some work with Solutions out of Pittsfield. So
Yep.
you could probably talk about some more of the services that we offer.
Well, we work with people from Beef Fair, and they come in and help clean. And then Rich actually he took the initiative and got people from Solutions.
Right.
Is it
Out of
Guidewire?
Pittsfield. Guidewire. Yep.
And they come in and help pretty much every day. And they were washing dishes today. And dishwashers are one thing we particularly need. So no, they're great. They're great. Three, four guys that come in. And as far as we also, like I said, I kind of mentioned that we like to get community services to, well, I guess they can call it tabling, where you sit at a table like this. And we have one fellow, Scott Levesque from Beef Fair. He's sort of a recovery coach, and he comes in most days we're open, not every day, and just gets to know people. But we've had people from WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, a federal child nutrition program. She's been in a few times. Alyssa Bragg, and a good friend of mine, Corrine Case, with Adult Basic Ed, has been in a couple times. And we're going to be having more people come in. And we even had last week we had some Williams students come in, and they were conducting a survey on behalf of Berkshire Community Action Council. And then also last week and the week before, we had some Williams students come in where they had upcycled dungaree material from ABC clothing sale and made cool little tote bags, which actually it only took about a week, and there were like 30 of them, and they're all gone. So we try to make it a lively place and make it livelier. I think, and I'll talk to Rich a little bit about the menu for the summer, but I know that our tradition at the Food Project is to put tables out under the trees during the good days, and we even had a cookout or two. So, Rich, what do you have ideas for summer menu here?
Yeah, so obviously we'll be getting into a lot of fresh greens, a lot of fresh herbs, all your summer veg, your tomatoes, your cucumbers, that'll all be coming in. So we'll be doing a lot more fresh salads. We're going to do pasta salads, potato salads, all your home cooked type meals. We'll be cooking out on the grill. We'll be doing burgers, dogs. We'll probably do a big chicken cookout. I'd like to get a community event, maybe like a donation event. So we'll probably set something up like that, have a big chicken day, a big chicken cook-off. And again, working with Jen, she's going to be bringing us herbs and not spicy, but a bunch of herbs and fresh veggies. So it's going to be a very, very fresh and light and an exciting summer menu. So I think the folks will like it. And again, sitting outside, that's always great. Having a nice burger and a dog and something cold to drink. I think the folks will really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think that would be really, really good too. So we're down under 5 minutes. We've spent some time here.
Okay.
I wanted to just ask, what are some of your goals going forward with the food project? You've already gotten into that somewhat, working with people.
Yeah, so I just want to stay with the community. Make sure that the community stays involved. And I'm gonna reach out to some of my local chef friends, and we're gonna try to get some more donations. Probably try to get some more restaurant donations. We're gonna try to raise some money, obviously, for the food project. So, I have a few things in the works. They will be coming into fruition over the summer. I believe, I think every chef out there has that passion where they want to give back, or they want to feed people. I know that's my job. That's what I love to do. I love to feed people, and again, I find it rewarding, and I know that there's a lot of local chefs in the area that will find it as rewarding as I do. So I'll be reaching out, and I'm sure a lot of the folks will be hearing from me.
Well, thank you, Rich. Anything you'd like to add or emphasize?
I think, we covered a lot, but I just want to stress again, we always need volunteers, and if you want to cook and if you want to learn, I think we have a great atmosphere. We really do. We have a great atmosphere of learning. You do have your autonomy to come in and maybe teach us some different things. We don't know everything that there is to know. We have some knowledge, but come on down, cook with us, eat with us, enjoy some time, meet some great people, get involved in your local community, and I think you'll find it as rewarding as I do.
Well, thank you, Rich. So just to go back over a few things, our number is 413-664-7378. You can contact us through my email address, which is director@berkshirefoodproject.org. And if you have anything you'd like, or, Rich, I could forward you any messages for Rich or ideas, or any. If you're eager to volunteer, you can also look on our website. There is a it's berkshirefoodproject.org. There's a volunteer forms can be downloaded for there, and you can just stop in. We're generally there every day from 9 to around 1:30 or 2. That includes Tuesdays, which is our prep day. Just stop down. We do need volunteers on Tuesdays for our prep day too. And
Yeah, the door's always open, so anytime, just come on in and say, look, I'd love to volunteer, I'd love to learn, I'd love to cook. Again, we've had a lot of students reach out, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of them this summer. So that's great.
Yeah, we have people just we have a lot of people come in and out. It's not a place where you've got to come in and come talk to a receptionist and ask you if somebody's in. You can just show up and pop in, and
We'll put you to work.
Put you to work.
No problem. Yeah, absolutely.
And we, and volunteer tasks run from helping Rich cook to food prep, to cleaning, to on our service day serving, and there are other tasks too. I mean, I recently found a fantastic volunteer in Williamstown who just helps me put together a newsletter. So there are always opportunities to serve. And also, I just mentioned briefly, there's also you can also donate to us through our website. And again, we're located in the Assembly Hall, the First Congregational Church of North Adams, but use the Summer Street entrance, because if you come up to the church doors, you're not, unless it's a Sunday, you're probably not going to be able to get in. But we're in the kitchen around back, and Summer Street's a one-way street which runs by the post office up towards the library. So let's see. And again, our hours for meals, and you're welcome to everyone and anyone is welcome to come in. If you work in downtown and you just want to say, gee, I'm going to try the food project, just walk over and come through the breezeway doors on the corner of Summer Street and Ashland. We're across from the post office, and we're open from 11:30 to 1. No questions asked. We'd be happy to come and say hi to Rich, say hi to Mark, say hi to Jackie and Helen, and Barb's there sometimes too. So, and we'd be happy to speak with you and get to know you and feed you. That's the most important thing, right, Rich?
Yeah. Come on in. Let's cook. Let's eat. Let's break bread together and forge up some relationships and move forward. Help our local community. Help our folks. And you'll see some incredible products, and I think it'd be a great, enjoyable experience for a lot of people.
Yep, there's nothing more fundamental than sitting down with people and sharing food and conversation, and it's really a life-giving thing and a rewarding thing. And so I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.